Are you going on a Royal Caribbean cruise and you're looking at that refreshment package and trying to figure out, is it worth it? If so, this video is for you. We'll crunch the numbers so that you can decide if it's worth it instead of having to take my word for it right after this. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Sean. My wife Kat and I, for the past 15 years, have been traveling all around the world. Recently, we started posting travel videos to YouTube so that people can share in our adventures. We also post in-depth videos like this one, 360-degree tours, walking tours, port tours, basically anything that's connected to our travels at all. So if that's something that excites you, please subscribe. So this is the last in a series of videos and a series of in-depth videos on whether or not something's worth it on Royal Caribbean. We did one on the Key program, which is their VIP program, one on their deluxe drink package, which is the same as the refreshment package, but includes alcohol. And we also did one on their ultimate dining package, whatever that's called. Basically the one you can eat at all the specialty restaurants as many times as you want. Well, in this video, we're gonna look at the numbers for whether or not the refreshment package is worth it or not. Time to answer the question. Is the refreshment package that Royal Caribbean offers on their cruises, is it worth it? Okay, so this here is an upcoming sailing that Kat and I are going on. It's on the Radiance of the Seas. It's actually an Alaska cruise that goes from Vancouver up to Stewart, Alaska, basically Anchorage. And they're charging $31.99 per guest per day. And it's discounted 10% off from the $36 it would normally cost. So let's actually take a look at the numbers for several upcoming cruises. So if you watched my video on the deluxe beverage package, this is going to look very similar because I just changed the numbers out. And the deluxe package and the refreshment package are basically identical with one exception. The deluxe package includes alcohol and the refreshment package doesn't. So here are the cruises that Kat and I are going on in the near future. These are the next four. They're not in the correct order, but these are the next four cruises we're going on. The first three listed here are 7 days in length, and the fourth cruise is 8 days in length. And you can see the total discounted price for the refreshment package for the entire cruise. And over here is how much it costs per day per cruise. And unlike the deluxe beverage package, it doesn't appear that the cost per day is correlated with the size of the ship. Obviously, because Wonder of the Seas is actually larger by just a little bit than Symphony of the Seas, and it's cheaper. And Radiance is a very small ship for Royal Caribbean compared to Wonder and Symphony, and it's the same price as Wonder. But anyway, this is the cost per day per person. And if we come down here to cost, I went through and looked up the current costs of these items, these beverages, for this video. Now, the interesting thing is I just did the deluxe beverage package. In that, I included the price of I think it was the lattes. Yeah, the lattes went from $4.25 to $4.50, I believe. And so they went up. The prices have gone up a little bit in the course of a few weeks in between recording these videos. Anyway, these are the average prices that are charged for these beverages. The cocktails are mocktails. They're non-alcohol cocktails, and there's several that you can get. And the average price for those is $7. Energy drinks, there are several different energy drinks you can get, and the current average for those is $4.25. These are the prices that if you bought them without any package. Juices If you are not sitting in breakfast and you actually go up to a bar and you buy a juice later in the day, the average price is $3.50. Lattes for $4.50, sodas $3.50, and a water $3.25. So again, average costs of these, depending on going over the different cruise ships and the different types of cocktails or energy drinks. Now, if you look up here, this table shows the number you would have to consume to basically break even or to not lose money. These are in whole numbers because obviously it could come up with you need to drink 4.75 cocktails. Well, obviously you can't, they're not going to charge you for 0.75 of a cocktail. Therefore, the 5 here is you'd have to drink 5 of them in order to not lose money. Energy drinks, you'd have to drink, this is for the Wonder of the Seas. You'd have to drink 8, you'd have to drink 9 different juices, you'd have to drink 7 lattes, 9 sodas, or 10 waters. So this isn't combined, this is by itself. So if you solely on one day had 5 mocktails, then you would not lose money on this $223.93 that you spent on this package. If you come down here, I tried to think for myself, what would I actually drink? Because on the upcoming Wonder of the Seas, we purchased this, the refreshment package, and I was trying to think, what am I going to drink throughout the day? Now, this is a little off because I don't drink energy drinks, and I also don't drink soda. I'm not a sugar person or a caffeine person. Now, yes, I do have a glass of coffee occasionally, so there's obviously caffeine in that, but I really try to limit my caffeine and sugar intake. So these two, and yes, I know there's a lot of sugar in juice, but anyway, I typically don't drink energy energy drinks, and I don't drink soda. However, I tried to throw together some numbers for a typical day for someone, and I came up with, they wake up in the morning, they have a latte, then, maybe before lunch, they're feeling a little tired, so they have an energy drink. They have a couple sodas throughout the day. Later on in the afternoon, they have a juice. They have a couple waters throughout the day. And at night, they have a couple mocktails. This is somewhat reasonable. And I did ask a few of my friends, and they came in fairly close to this. So this is why I picked this. If you go through and you take the average cost of these and you plug them in, this is what it turns out I would have spent on a typical day. And if you look at that compared to these costs per day, I would end up saving roughly anywhere between $6 and $8 per day, which on a 7 or 8 day cruise, that's a good amount of money. Just like with the deluxe beverage package with the alcohol, this is great. And if I was going on a cruise that was all sea days, in other words, we never went anywhere, I would get the refreshment package on every single cruise I went on. However, I don't know about you, but when I go on a cruise, I try to go on a cruise with as many port days as possible. I love going into ports. I'm not opposed to sea days, especially on the larger ships like the Oasis or the upcoming Icon class ships. I definitely don't mind sea days on those. But on the smaller ships, like for example, Radiance of the Seas, if that ship did a cruise with only 1 or 2 ports in a 7-day cruise, I probably wouldn't go on it, because there's not that much to do, in my opinion, on that ship during sea days other than to relax, which if that's what you're looking for, that's absolutely fine. But if you're in a port, chances are you're going to be spending a good chunk of time in that port, especially if you're going on an excursion. And if that's the case, you're not going to be drinking this stuff while you're on the excursion, because this is for the ship. So yes, maybe I would get some water or two and take it with me on the excursion, but I'm not going to be drinking the sodas or the energy drinks or any of those. So I would argue that on port days, chances are you're going to end up losing a little bit of money on those days, which means on the sea days, you're going to have to drink more than this. So that's the answer. Take a look at the average cost of these drinks. Do what I did and go through and say, how many of these do you think you're gonna consume on a daily basis, and then figure it out. Figure out your total cost for the day and check it compared to the total cost if you got the refreshment package. The way Kat and I did this is we kept track on a few cruises as to what we were drinking, and I didn't use that here because we don't consume very much. We do drink coffee in the morning. We drink a lot of iced tea, and you can always get iced tea for free. So for us, this is not a typical day, but go through and do that. Go on a cruise, figure out how much you're drinking and add the prices up and compare it to the cost per day, and that will give you your answer. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was useful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.